This is food. You go to the grocery store and pay money for this. Let it grow. Good morning, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead. Something that's really awesome that I just noticed, just walking in my garden. I'm surrounded by bees. They are in love with these sunflowers. The sunflowers and the comfrey is what they're really going for. And just had one go right in front of the camera. You can see them kind of circling around. I don't know, they're really small honeybees, but this is awesome. And I'm telling you, it's every single sunflower has 5 or 6 of the honeybees on it. And I've always liked to have pollinator gardens of some sort whenever I do my gardening, but I've never had that level of success. And that just means that this side over here is just gonna do even better. So I figured I'd go over a little bit about what we're doing to kind of preserve a lot of this stuff. I haven't really gone into that a little bit because we're still very new at canning. We usually in the past have just froze everything, vacuum sealed and froze. But we're really getting into the canning now. At least Shannon has really gotten into it. But first, we have to harvest everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 squash on one plant. We don't even eat squash. Well, not that big of a harvest for the day. I had no cucumbers or zucchinis or squashes ready, but give a few days and that's gonna be going insane. Now I've heard a lot of people posting how their gardens are just dying off, and let me tell you, I'm not winning in everything right now either. So I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist here, but these are the ones that I bought from the store, my Romas as starters. You can see they're not doing that great. They're still producing, but I don't know if they're gonna really last much longer unless they get some more leaf production going. So I'm loading up on nitrogen just to help give a little boost. But these are the Romas that I grew from seed. So you can probably tell a little bit of a difference. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. So once we got our harvest, it's time to take it inside. So what have we done so far? Well, we've got diced tomatoes. We've got pickled cucumbers or pickles. This is homemade vanilla extract, which you slice the beans in half, soak it in alcohol.
Yeah.
Vanilla extract. We're making our own apple cider vinegar. Starting to can chicken broth.
Much easier than freezing it.
Yeah, a lot easier to store as well.
Or a lot easier to use it.
Yeah, a lot easier to use it and store it when it's canned. We also have delicious strawberry jam. This was amazing. Had this morning. And we also have started canning green beans as well. Next, I think, is the actual sauces. We'll make pasta sauce once we get a large accumulation of tomatoes, and we'll start doing some sauces. And one thing I'm looking forward to, never tried it before, pickled cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna have a huge excess of cherry tomatoes, so we'll see. And of course, we still freeze. Sometimes that's just the best way to do it. We have frozen zucchini. We have some homemade bread that Shannon does. We've got some ground venison from our neighbor's hunting trip. Traded some chicken for deer. We have all the frozen livers and chicken feet from all those chickens that were in there. And we also freeze our potatoes. Then we also have the freezer that's outside in the garage. We have more frozen potatoes from the last harvest. And I put sensors, alarm sensors in all of our freezers, just in case, you know, it loses power or something crazy happens, the door was left open. It'll sound off an alarm in the kitchen when either one of these main freezers go out or it reaches above a certain temperature, and then it'll ding off an alarm in the kitchen, so we know we need to go check on it so we don't lose everything. Oh, and a little update. Yes, the little kitty is doing pretty good.
Dog, well, this one's not. So we're
Yeah.
just keeping them separated.
That dog has way too much energy and is just obsessed. Wally, on the other hand, is an old man. He's like 13 now.
Yeah,
He's seen it all.
We've had a cat with him. We haven't had a cat with Cora, so she'll get there.
She'll get there.
Trainer.
We still have 3 of the rabbits. We only managed to sell 2 of them. And I guess it's okay since we're going to be getting rid of Jen, one of our original New Zealands. Then we'll end up keeping 2 of these, and now we're only going to have 1 extra. So it's not a terrible thing, but I really thought that would take off better. On the other hand, though, we hardly have to do a thing for these rabbits. And I'm telling you, very minimal. There are 3 rabbits inside of there. We only, if we filled up that feeder, we would only have to fill it once a week, if that. And it's one of the large feeders. It's almost a full scoop that it'll fill. They get everything on the grass practically. And we move this once or maybe twice a day, and it's not hard, up and down this little paddock area, and they keep it mowed as well. So you don't have to worry about it overgrowing with it being a fence all around it. And just to give comparison, I've already mowed this side twice since moving them over there. And it's back up again at 8 to 10 inches. So it's good maintenance for the lawn. And another thing, it's always good to just keep walking around your property. We don't have a big one. It's about 4.5 acres, and not a whole lot to have to investigate, especially if you have like a really large property. You probably need to go around on a 4-wheeler. But I like to walk around every once in a while just to see what's changing, because here's one thing. We have wild blueberries, and I haven't seen them produce at all until now. Little tiny things, but we don't do anything to this. This just grows. Not exactly a whole pail full, but it's good to know that, who knows, in a couple years, this might be a massive blueberry patch, and it'd be a lot to harvest. And it's sad that some people will look at this right here and be, oh, it's ugly, weeds. I'm gonna tear all this up, put some mulch around it, maybe some flowers, and have it look nice and pretty. No, this is food. You go to the grocery store and pay money for this. Let it grow. So here's another find. You can see how far we are from the house, not very far. But we're at about the bottom of where we would fence off, at least the initial fencing until we go the entire property. But just right here at the beginning of our little woods, muscadines. All this entire area is all muscadines, and it's all healthy muscadines. You can see brand new growth right here. Now muscadines, it's hard to harvest in the wild. A lot of them are only males, so I'll keep an eye on this. This stuff thrives in Georgia. Muscadines go crazy, but it's something to keep an eye on, and maybe I'll have some pollinating male females throughout this plant, and see, who knows, muscadine jelly in the future. And just to give you a perspective of how much muscadine grows, I'm gonna pan this entire patch. And this is us doing nothing. This is just nature. So it starts right here, and in all of this, all the way, and there's some new growth that I saw there, and then some new growth right here. That is all muscadine.